you're trading the unicorn model wrong. So I see a lot of people who trade unicorn model. They like to set up limit orders on a breakup block or the fair value gaps, right? Wherever give the better RR, and they put their sets above the breakup blocks or above the fair value gap, right? One thing that you're doing wrong is, first of all, is it going with the higher time frame? Is it going with the hourly and the 4 hour drawn liquidity rule, or like is it going with the 4 hourly in the higher time frame? Like drawn liquidity, right? With that, you want to be looking for a confirmation, right? So I'm gonna give you guys an example of this whole thing, right? So a confirmation is basically for you to enter the trade. So even if I have a 15-minute unicorn model, 5 minute unicorn model, the best things, but if I don't get a actual execution on that, like a breakup structure or a reverse provide gap with a building block, then then look for the candle to close bullish and or bearish depending on my bias and enter the trade, right? So when you're entering these unicorn models, you don't set up limit orders. A lot of people see they like to transfer out of limit orders, but in the long run, it's just stupid losses, right? Sometimes it does work in your favor. I've been trading unicorn model for like a not long time, but I've seen it work. I've seen it since I started. Unicorn model has been throughout my whole trading career, right? I didn't take action on it, but I've constantly see it repeat. So that's why I started trading unicorn model, because that right there is profitable. And the one thing I traded, just that messed up, and the data wasn't backing it up, right? Not too much data was backing it up. So okay, let me just go to something that was backed up for a long time. So unicorn model, the reason you're failing is you first gotta match it up with a higher time frame narrative, higher time frame drawn liquidity. Second thing, what is the reason they have to work on? The same thing I said, just like a reword. Why does it have to work? Because there's a higher time frame order block. You just have to a higher time frame order block. It's with a higher time frame liquidity. It does a higher time fair value gap, like an hourly and above. Yep. But with that, and one last thing with that is execution. Execution does matter. You have to go tap. You can't just enter a limit order, right? You have to go to the 1 minute, see what's happening 1 minute time frame. It's like because market could expand or drop down and just go straight through your limit orders and take you go to your sell stop. I'm gonna give the quick example. Let me show you the example right here quick. You can see right over here, we already have one of our thing. What do we have? Market tested a auto block, right, in a higher time frame, right? Ooh, shit, what the fuck? You can see right there, the line right over there, that 28.90. It does an auto block. With that, it does a fair value gap. Then guess what? Market did a huge move down. It created the opposite candle. So the liquidity, the opposite candle was bearish. That right over there. With that, it overlapped a fair value gap. That's unicorn model, right? But what did the market do? Straight away expanded through it. It would have taken out everybody who would have. So the people who would have shorted all the way over here right at the start of the breakup block would have gotten stopped out straight away. Why? No extra confirmation in the 1 minute time frame. That 1 minute time frame is a little time frame, but it actually matters, right? But one thing you gotta do is, even though you could see come back, if you would even put your stop above the fair value gap, market would have still taken you out, right? Give you a little bit in saying profit, because what did the market do overall? But you took you out eventually. You went all to all time high, right? So with that, you could see this one thing I remember. People actually still like to use the unicorn model even when it's disrespected. Right when the market, right when you gotta keep this in mind, right? Right when the market goes above the breakup block is if the candle closure is above the bearish breakup block or the bullish breakup block, right? The one at the start of it, that disrespect. So the unicorn model is no longer there. So this bullish candle, that this 5 minute bullish candle that goes above it, the right when it goes above it, the unicorn model is no longer available. But people like to take a limit order over here. But now let's go down to the lower time frame, the 1 minute time frame, and tell you guys why you need that confirmation candle, right? This yesterday I was like, okay, this looks like a perfect sell model. But let me see the 1 minute time frame. Will they get respected? Because market just like pumped up so much. Like I was waiting for this. I didn't care whether for a fact it getting respected. I cared about the order breaker block, because that's usually one of the key points of the thing getting respected, right? So now let's go to the lower time frame. You can see right over here in the lower time frame, market expanded. Market broke pressure back up. So now what do we need? A fair value gap that is bullish getting inverse to back to being bullish to going back to bearish, right? Why were you looking for that? That acts like a breakout structure, meaning the market wants to expand down to the downside, right? We never got that. Second thing we'll look for what? Is either we look for either, right? Second thing I was looking for is a breakout structure. Did I get any breakout structure over here? Here. Market closed above. So I'm not even looking for no longer trades. I'm looking for another whole unicorn model. But afterward, market created for value on the 15 time frame. Man, I'm meant to be looking for a 15 unicorn model, which I never got, right? So one thing you gotta keep in mind when you're trading these Confirmation matters. Although we have the higher time frame thing, did we get the execution? No. So you gotta be really careful when trading Unicorn model. All these models, be careful. They're not 100%. People will be like, okay, I'm shorting this, I'm putting limit order there, that's what's gonna deliver. We have all these high time frame narrative. Four time frame is bearish, 4 key is bearish. During that time, the 4 bias is bearish, 4 key is bearish, but market still expanded up higher because the interest rate cuts. I think every market is gonna pump sooner or later because of the interest rate cuts. What's happening around the world right now, where the no not running in the USA where they're pumping up, everything. That this is gonna have to pump up the interest rate, it's gonna pump up the markets. With that, execution matters, and execution confirmation matters. What I look for is a breakout structure in anything, unicorn model, anything. Breakout structure first and a 1 minute time frame. If the 1 minute time frame is good with my bias, I'm looking for a 1 minute confirmation, right? I'm looking for 1 minute breakout confluence and get a bearish or bullish reaction out of it, then enter out of it, right? Depending on my bias. Or if the breakout structure is against me, so that means the market at this point close above and looking back to the downside. Or I'm looking for this huge out time frame, 1 minute time frame to get inversed. But over here you can see there's a 1 minute fair value gap. I was looking for that as well. I mean that could get inversed, that'd be great. But marking a 5 minute time frame disrespected the unicorn model, so it's only a unicorn model. But yeah, be really careful when trading unicorn model. This is why most of the traders fail. Like to set limit orders, and yeah, thank you for watching.